Hello everyone. Welcome to our automation Vidyalaya pre-session. Automation Vidyalaya, right? It's gonna kickstart from the next week. Now, as we're excited about it, we also have many questions revolving around our mind, like what is this automation Vidyalaya, right? So today's session will be a open question answer session where our panelists will clear out your doubts, right? So that I'll introduce our panelists for today. So first we have Devbajit Sinha. He's a solution architect in UiPath. Then we have Mustaq, who's a lead consultant at EYGADS. And finally we have Mrityunjay Hota, who's a software engineer manager. And myself, I'm Satyajit. I'll be your moderator for today's session. So I'm a technical lead and at a LTI Mind, right? So now for a person who just came to know about this automation anywhere, so he would have a lot of other questions, right? Like what is UiPath, what is RPA, why should I even learn RPA, why should I go for automation with LA and all, right? So we'll have these basic questions we'll ask these basic questions to our panelists. We'll get this a basic clarification or basic clarity on these stuffs, and then you can also start asking your questions. Please unmute yourself and you can ask your questions. So I'll start with the basic set of questions. We'll get the things clarified from our panelists, right? So starting with just before that, Jay and Divyajyoti, you're there, right?
Hey, hi everyone. Yeah, I'm there. Good to see so much crowd. Yeah. Hello everyone.
So I think we have almost 100, right? So it's a huge number of people. So welcome everyone again. So the first question that comes to our mind is like, what is RPA, right? So this is for Divyajyoti. So what is RPA and like how it is helping us in our daily life?
I hope you can hear me, right?
Yeah, Divyajyoti, you can hear you.
Great. So RPA stands for Robotic Process Automation, right? Now to talk about robotics, this is not about humanoid robot that you ideally see in kind of movies like walking or talking robot, but these are software robots which are installed on your laptop or desktop machines and which has the capability to mimic any kind of human action, right? So we can talk about any particular use case, like let's say for an example, on a daily basis, you have to find out the cheapest flight combination for a particular destination, traveling from location A to location B, right? And you want to get the cheapest flight combination, what you need to do? You need to log into a particular travel portal, you need to find out the all the flight list of data, you need to scrap the data, and after that you need to find the cheapest flight combination available for that particular date, right? So you can very easily write a software code or software application, which you can term it as software robot, and which is going to run on a daily basis, and it will mimic all these set of actions that you are going to write to that particular software, and it is going to mimic those human actions. And that's what we term it as RPA. RPA is nothing but any kind of repetitive or rule-driven or which has got digital footprints, which is when run by software robots, you can term it as RPA, Robotics Process Automation. Right? Again, I would like to iterate that this is not any kind of humanoid robot that you ideally see in any kind of movies, but these are software robots which resides on your laptop. I hope that made everyone clear, right? If you have any questions, you can obviously shoot.
Satyajit, you were talking on mute.
Yeah, sorry about that. So let's move ahead with the next question. So I think let's consider the silence as a yes. So the next question that comes to our mind is, what is the future of RPA, like, and how is helping the different companies and the businesses to grow? So this question would be to Jay or Divyajyoti. Anyone can take it up.
Is Jay there in the call? Otherwise, I can take it up.
Sure. Divyajyoti, you can take it up.
Sure. So the future of RPA lies, as you can understand. So RPA, we talk about any kind of repetitive task, right? And right now across the industries, we have got huge number of processes which are currently automated by RPA, and that mindset shift in the mindset has already happened, right? Where people are right now looking for productivity and time saving, right? So there are many processes as part of the industries like customer services or healthcare or finance or banking. There are a lot of processes being used or being performed by the human users manually as of day to day, and still there are a lot of scope in RPA going ahead. uh, and We can talk about some use cases like in customer service department or domain. There are multiple processes which lies like answering basic Q&A, right, about products and services. So those kind of processes you can easily automate using RPA, or you can easily integrate using chatbot, right? And that will save the cost of the particular company, and as well as it will reduce the manual effort and reduce the rate of errors that are happening due to processing those manually, right? And same goes for finance and banking as well. Like you can find processes like account onboarding, checking of account balances, or there are customer services processes as well, which you can automate. And we are getting multiple requests today as well to automate many of their processes. And yeah, that all those processes are being automated right now. So yeah, that's the future scope you can talk about. And already that shift has already happened. Like AI has come into the picture as well, and right now we are also looking for processes by integrating RPA with AI. So you can very well understand the future trend and the future scope of this particular RPA.
Right. So we got a fair idea like about what is RPA, how it is gonna flourish in future, and what is the future scope. So the next question that comes to our mind is like, what?
Satyajit, I'm not sure if I'm audible now.
Yeah, Jay, you're audible.
Sorry, sorry, it's really about it. And Dipajiti, thank you so much. I was saying something, but then thank you so much that you shared the details. Just to explain, I'll take just 30 seconds, not more than that. Two things which I'm going to add to all our members. One is uh, if we are looking our role as a developer, or we are looking our role as a test domain, if even if we look at our role in terms of any other domain, my point is whether it's a development or test or any other domain, RPA is an essential tool which are being used extensively. So that's the one part I just wanted to cover. Because Dipajiti has shared the different industry, whether it's banking, insurance, core engineering, like utilities, it's there. But as an individual, when we look at our career in different domains, right, then RPA is definitely there in each and every role. So that's what I just wanted to share. Sorry, I take a moment, but yeah, that's what.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. Thanks for adding those points. Like, that is whatever is said is really fine because RPA is extending to different domains as of now, and it's all about automations in every domain and every verticals nowadays, right? So the next question that comes is that then RPA is automating a stuff, right? Automating a rule-based activity in our daily life. Then what is UiPath, right? And what is the benefits of UiPath? Why UiPath? So, uh, Mustaq, you can take this question.
Yeah, Satya. So basically, before explaining that particular thing, I want to get some response from the audiences if they have already know about this particular terminology like the RPAs, robots, UiPath, automation anywhere. If anyone has, they can raise their hand. I want to see like how many people has already gone through this particular terminology. Even yeah, I got one. Even though there is a comment box, we can put your comment over there that you know regarding those particular things. So I think Satyajit, Dibojiti and Jay already has explained what it is RPA. To explain something regarding RPA, I will. be not doing that particular thing. But regarding UiPath, like if you have already heard some of the names like UiPath or Automation Anywhere or Blue Prism, those are the tools actually. So tools, how it is going to get utilized. Say for if we are preparing something, say for some data we want at our as our output, and we have some inputs, and we need to process something through a tool or a utility. I can give an example, like if we want to build a building, then definitely we have some inputs as like cement, sands, bricks, and etc. There are some people who are going to make the building, but definitely there should be some sort of tools like piling tools, or say some terminology which will be coming into the uh, uh, essence of the engineering. Say for some engineering process is going to get happen. So these kind of tools like UiPath Automation Anywhere and Blue Prism are the tools. There are many. So those tools will be helping us to achieve, to say the business requirement. So how we can do that? So using UiPath, there are many capabilities. So in using those capabilities, we will be putting some inputs into there, and we will create that rule based which particular a person is doing, so that using that tool the mimicking of that particular activity will be happening, and then we'll be getting some outputs out of it. So this is how the tools are working, but definitely based upon the capabilities and as well as uh, like market trends. All of these particular tools have not saving like same type of capabilities or same type of utility they do have. UiPath is one of the leading tools like who has already covered more than 90% what business requires actually. So why you have chosen UiPath? Because UiPath has is a kind of a leading tool which has the maximum market trends and as well as market present, and most of the customers uh, are looking for kind of a tool which will be easy to implement. So UiPath also gives us as like low code and no code platform. Uh, that is why we have chosen UiPath. I have probably seen many people has already given some response over there. They have already know like how UiPath it is working. In Automation Vidyalaya, we will be learning UiPath a bit more extensively, like how we can set up the environment, how we can use a use case to make some impression, and how we are getting benefited. We means the humans are getting benefited out of it. So that is UiPath it is. If you have some question, please let us know in the comment box. We will try to pick those up too also.
Thanks, Mustaq. Thanks a lot for the explanation. So now, since most of the people, or many of the people here who joined are students, right? So, essential question that comes to the mind is this UiPath software free? It's a license free. So, Mustaq,
Uh,
this is the question for you.
yeah. So there are two aspects of utilizing any particular tool. One is learning, how we can learn it, and the other aspect is how we can implement. So UiPath has given this particular leverage to any person to utilize their license, and that is absolutely free version. So if you go to UiPath, you can search for any community license. It is available. So when you are doing the registration on their website for the cloud uh, orchestrator we say, or cloud environment, then we'll be getting an environment free of cost. So if you want to learn anything regarding your path, it is absolutely free. Definitely there will be some constraint. Those constraints also could be elevated by taking help of UiPath itself. So if any person needs some help, they can also go into the UiPath insider portal. They can take the uh, take the leverages where UiPath gives special capabilities enabled for those users also. So I must say this is absolutely free to learn things, but yeah, definitely when we are implementing for the business, then the license types are not absolutely free. Rather than those are a bit expensive because they are utilizing the licenses to achieve some sort of business when they are getting the benefits, and benefits in terms of cost, and benefits in terms of accuracy, and the time investment. So that is why it is not free for the enterprises, but it is free for the person who is trying to learning things.
Okay. Okay. So like, so we are gonna use RPA for automation of different tasks, and we're gonna use the UiPath as a tool, right?
Correct.
And for the learners, this is for free. When we
That is correct.
implement it in a large scale to a business, this is gonna consume some licenses, right?
That is correct.
Right. So now as Mustaq said, right, in automation Vidyalaya, we are going to use UiPath to learn the RPA, right? How it's going to impact the different use cases, how it's going to impact your business use cases, all those stuff, right? So the next question that comes in mind is, what is automation Vidyalaya, and what is the sessions that are going to happen here, and whether it's going to be a free one, or it's going to be a, like, how it's going to approach, right? So I'd like to Jay to take this up.
Thanks, Satyajit. Um, the Automation Vidyalaya is a community-driven initiative. And when we say community, and I will always say we, because it's a collection of different experience of people from colleges, from professional industry. So it's a community, and we all are committed to extend the RPA UiPath knowledge to a larger audience. So during this phase, what the plan is to understand the UiPath fundamentals. There are 12 sessions. Those 12 sessions is going to help to understand different concept of UiPath. It is most of the fundamental part. And when it comes to the cost, like Mustaq said, uh, as a learner, even when I started learning the RPA, and trust me, UiPath was the first tool that was available for me to install and then to read, like to experience it. It's more of a hands-on experience. So, so that part Mustaq covered. So the tool that UiPath is providing the community version, that is number two. Because this is a community initiative, there is no cost for anyone. Like this is entirely free. Everyone are welcome to join. This is completely virtual, and there is no cost at all. It's entirely free. This is what I just wanted to share. But yeah, Apurva is with us. Apurva, you can share something about the automation with Vidyalaya as well. So if you're there, just go ahead.
Sure. Thanks, Satyajit, and thanks, Shraddha. So the thing is, Automation Vidyalaya is an initiative by UiPath Kolkata Community Chapter, and here we will be learning everything, each and everything free of cost. So the main fund of Automation Vidyalaya is to just provide the learnings and the experience what we could have from our journey. Okay, so we will be sharing our journey, our experiences and expertise on UiPath. So and we will be having many experienced industry experts in this journey, and they will guide you from the very beginning level to make you a future RPA developer. So that's the main goal. There is no cost associated, so there is no monetary exchange from both the parties, whether it's Automation Vidyalaya team or it's the students or it's a college. No problem for that. You can always welcome to join us. That's it.
Okay, thanks Apurva, and thanks Jay for such a brief explanation on what is automation Vidyalaya, right? So we are gonna have 12 different sessions, as I understand, right? So 12 different sessions on UiPath, where we will start from the scratch, and we'll cover all the basic details on how to build a bot and in an RPA and using a UiPath, right? So now after this 12 sessions, right? So will the students will get any certification of completion after they complete this course? So, Dibajiti, can you take this up? Or
Yeah, sure. So first thing is we won't be providing any completion certificate on successful completion of this course. But I would like to talk about UiPath Academy. There are multiple free courses, certifications, and learning plans customized around each of the products or tools offered by UiPath platform. So I would encourage, and as part of the curriculum as well, we would encourage you to go through those courses and complete those certifications and diploma courses. After completion of these courses, you will be getting digital badges, which you can showcase on platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, and that will give you a sense of accomplishment, right? And that will allow you to stand out as an automation expert. And obviously, it will help you in the job hunt as well. So, in those aspects, we can help you in completing those learning plans or the certifications, right? But as part of this curriculum, we are not offering any kind of certificate of completion because we are just, as a voluntary service, we are just providing you the opportunity to learn UiPath platform as a whole, right?
Okay. Okay, thanks, Devajyoti, for the brief explanation on this. And one more thing, like when we go through these all 12 sessions, right? So will we get any recordings of the sessions if someone miss out any of the sessions?
Yes, definitely. So each and every session will be recorded, and we will be providing you with the recording links after each and every session. But again, I would like to iterate about it that it is always better to join the session virtually. So that way, you will be having the liberty to ask the relevant questions, or if you have any doubts or issues if you face while performing the hands-on task as well. That will help you resolve those issues upfront with the facilitator, right? So it is always better to join the session virtually, but don't wait for the recordings to be shared later on. You can obviously refer to those recordings at a later stage, but it is obviously better to join the session virtually. I would encourage everyone to join the session virtually so that they get all the doubts or queries resolved in the session itself.
Right. Since the sessions are more interactive, right? So it's better to join the session so that whenever a question comes to your mind, you can instantly get it clarified, right? So, instead of going for a recorded session, right? So I think these are the basic questions that I also had in my mind. So I'll ask the audience, the students, and all the people in this call. So if they have any questions, they can raise their hand and then unmute and ask their question to our panelists.
Students, please feel free to ask question because the panel which you have today, so they are the experts on automation field and they are having many years of experience in this automation field. So every minute levels of details they can share with you. So don't hesitate to ask question. If you are not comfortable in English, this is obvious thing because in college days I also was not that much confident to speak English. So please go with Bengali, go with Hindi, anything, but don't hesitate to ask.
Yeah, Purple, like I totally appreciate on that particular point because I feel that particular constraint when we ask some question, maybe it will be better if we ask in Bengali also. So I feel we know Bengali, English, and Hindi, not other languages, but we can answer those questions. I will pick some questions, but before that, I wanted to know like how many of these audiences are from IT and computer science. The reason I'm asking, uh, there are many. Yeah, there are many. So basically, the question I'm asking because of probably everyone from this particular two subjects have gone through one particular subject, that is software industry. And when you we are talking about software development thing, so there are some phases that comes from the like requirement analysis and feasibility study, and then designing, coding, implementation, and all these things. So these are the terminology we have given. This is how our daily life also goes. If we do something, we start from like the scratch, that if we can achieve it. So if we can achieve it, then definitely we take a leap to go through that particular experience, and then we do that particular thing, and after completion we feel that we have accomplished what uh, we had in our plate, or what we had in our plan. UiPath is a particular tool where these particular five stages of software development has been utilized. It starts from the feasibility study, like the from the discovery phases. So there are many products in UiPath. If we learn things like probably after the session of the automation Vidyalaya, I'm feeling that many of us from these audiences will be coming up with a request that we if we can arrange another session or arrange another training session, series of sessions to learn advanced things, advanced like the task mining, process mining, those things. So those are the tools which starts working from the scratch. We can take full leverage to learn your path as like not only as a developer, but also there are many roles we have in the industry, as a business analyst, as a senior tech lead, as a solution architect, as a technical architect. So there are many roles we can like start learning the your path or RPA religiously, and then definitely after some certain times we can achieve those particular designation, or say those particular roles as well. So I will request all of you that please try to attend the courses and this particular training session religiously. And i'm I am very much confident that definitely some of you, not all, but some of you will be getting benefited. We always look for some um, guidance from our seniors. Maybe this particular kind of initiative we had not seen in our college days. If there were, I would be like very happy to join those. But like it was a bad luck for us. Now I know that if we can conduct this kind of session, then it will be very beneficial to all the aspirants. So please come together, register yourself for the training session, and if you have any question, definitely raise out to us. You can unmute and you can ask question in English, Bengali, or Hindi. We'll be happy to address that.
Right, guys. So I encourage you to ask your question. If you have any queries, you can use any of your favorable languages. It doesn't have to be English. You can ask in Bengali, बांग्ला जिज्ञेस करते पारो, हिंदी में भी पूछ सकते हो. You can ask in English. We're okay with it.
Hello.
That's
Yes, Satyajit, can you elaborate the details coursework of your of this particular training session on UiPath? First, what will you try to attain? In how many modules will be there? If you can say it, and how could those modules can be implemented in the BTech project or the later research project. So if you can elaborate those things and if you can show up any of the projects right now, then it will be really helpful for the students who are right now in the second year, so that they will get motivated and they will take this course in due course of time. Okay.
Okay, got it. Thanks, Kuntal, for the question. So, uh, I would want Apurva to take up this question to let us know, like, how we're gonna attend the automation Vidyalaya courses. What are the sessions like that are gonna cover? What are the topics that are gonna cover, right? And then how this will benefit to the students, right? As Kuntal mentioned. So, Apurva, can you elaborate on that?
Sure, sure. So just to elaborate these things, so let me share my screen so that it will be more understandable to the attendees. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, perfect.
Yes, yes.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, so this is our main automation Vidyalaya event page where we have listed each and every small doubts which the students may encounter after hearing the term automation Vidyalaya, hearing the term RPA and UiPath. So that's why we have written few things. So if we just go one by one about the sessions, so it will look like this one. So from the very start, so we will be starting what is actually UiPath and what actually is the RPA. So means we will be starting from the very ground level, that is the introduction to RPA and UiPath, because what we are assuming every one of us who will be going to just join these sessions, so those people will be students or freshers or very new to RPA or the RPA market industry actually. So we are starting from the ground level, means the zero level. Now once we will be talking after the RPA and UiPath, we would like to know that, okay, so we have now know the RPA is what the UiPath is. Now we would like to know to means more details on UiPath, how the UiPath studio is looking like. Okay, after that, as we all know, means in the very first year we are having C programming, I guess. So for that one as well, so we need to know the variables, arguments, and those kind of things. So once we will be learning UiPath, so in UiPath we are having workflows. As UiPath provides drag and drop facility, so we will be having workflows over there. So there are many kind of workflows. In the third session, we will be looking deeply into that. And now we will be having in the fourth session how the variables, arguments, and import functionality works in UiPath. Okay, in the very fifth session, we will be having Excel automation. Excel is that tool which every one of us use in day-to-day life. If you are student, if you are professor, if you are industry professional, or if you are going to be in the enterprise level of solution as well, so we will be having the Excel automation over there. So to cope up with Excel things, so we need to automate Excel for our betterment of, or we just minimize our work effort. So that's why we will be learning the Excel automation. And then after Excel we will be having a PDF automation. So inside PDF automation we will be covering each and every details of PDF, how we can automate PDF, different types of PDFs, like the digital one, like the scanned one that is coming as an image format. So those kind of things. Then we'll be having email automation. In email we'll be having Outlook, we'll be having Gmail, and there are very different methods of this email automation, like SMTP, like POC, like Outlook things, and any kind of server. So those kind of things we'll be looking into. And then UI automation, what UI actually basically means, like we are using a user interface in this particular screen itself. So here each and everything what we are just watching, so each and everything is a UI now. Okay, so now how to automate this kind of things? Let's suppose we are doing some job in SAP, we are doing some job in Oracle, rather we are doing something in this page only. Then how can we automate these things, right? So those kind of things will be done into this course, means UI automation. And then the very basic thing in UiPath, when we are going to be a developer, we need to know the concept of logging, how to log everything, so that in it will be helping us in debugging. It will be helping the other developer just to understand your code. During it will be the code basically will be debugged. Then we are giving a interconnection to the link of debugging this course, right? Then we would know the tips and tricks and the procedures of debugging. Let's suppose we are having some issues in our code, so that's the point when each and every developer wants to debug the code, means we are looking for the bug just to resolve it. This course will be solving your doubts about how to debug, what will be the tips and tricks. So those kind of things will be there. Now the exception handling, when we are developing any code, so we need to know properly that what will be the exceptions and how many kinds of exceptions are there, like system exception, business exception, IO exception. Every kind of small details will be shared in this exception handling course. And in the last we'll be having a best practice, because if you are going to be a automation developer, you do not need to just build a code as per your wish. You need to follow some certain rules and regulations and some guidelines, just to make your product up to the standard, up to the market quality. So in this course we will be having some basic and advanced level of best practices discussion. And if you just start from here, and if you are covering up to the last step, means the best practices, now you are now a basic level of developer in UiPath. And once you will be some brush upping things, then you can be an intermediate level of developer. And once you will be having some more brush ups, let's suppose you are working around 6 months to 1 year, you will be there as an advanced level of developer. Okay, so those kind of things are there, but we are starting from the very ground level, and we are covering each and every aspects to become a UiPath developer at your initial day. that's why you will be having these 12 sessions, and it will be very much useful not only to become a developer, but you can find many aspects, you can find a way just to do your work, means your daily jobs in a quicker manner. Okay, so that's all. So what you need to do, you need to just come to this page. I'll be forwarding the link. So Tajit, if you may please share this link into the chat box. So
Yes.
here you don't need to log into this one,
Hello,
because this.
sorry to interrupt you. Apurva, it would be really great if you can share the link with me, and I will share with the students who are going to enroll in this UiPath workshop. So it will be easy to maintain the statistics, and I can also track them from my from the college side, institute side. It will be really
Sure,
helpful.
sure.
Okay.
Okay, so let me introduce. We have Kuntal sir. So Kuntal sir is EC HOD from Asansol Engineering College, and he is the spoke from Asansol Engineering College along with Onubhav, who is the student ambassador for Asansol Engineering College for us. And sir, I have already shared these things in your into the first mail, and we have also attached one video, YouTube video, how to
Yes.
go with that one. So you may please share those links
Sure,
and
sure.
the
I will
videos
do.
with your student. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. I will.
And okay, I can just elaborate one more point, that this is the Automation Vidyalaya main event page. So we don't need to register for this one. Rather, we just need to go to here and we just click on register here. Okay, and we need to just register for each and one each one of these events. Okay, so if I need to just log in first, so you may know. So as I am already logged in here, so let me just go with here. I'm just showing you one step. Okay, so I'm just going with Google. Yeah, so it's already there.
So this account is again free, right, Apurva?
Yeah, it's all, means it's all, means always free. You will not be having any kind of difficulties or anything. You will not, this is, there is no cost associated it. Okay, so I have already logged into the event, so that's why it is showing me join event. But you just need to join that event 15 minutes earlier, when the event starts. Okay, so the thing is, so if you just look into the video, and here the guidance is how you can just register. Okay, so the thing is, once you will be clicking here, so they will ask some basic questions for the very first time, regarding your name, your surname, your organization, if you are mandatory, if you are not mandatory, so you can skip those things, and then you will be having a submit button, and you can register for each and every session. And I would like to highlight and request every one of you just to register all the sessions. Do not miss any session, so because each and every session will be very much informative and insightful for you. So any one of us who are just going to give you some training, they are having more than 4 to 5 years of experience. So not only you are getting some initial level of just experience or learning, but you are gaining the experience of that particular trainer itself. Let's suppose for Diboyati, Mustaq, Satyajit, and Mrityunjaya, so they are having more than 10 years of experience. So not only you are getting a learning, but they are providing the tips and tricks they followed during their journey, and they have achieved something, and now you could have the experience of their level. So that's the main beneficial for you. Hope you understand these things. And you can just have a look over here, and you will be finding the speakers and moderators and how they are working in which organization and their designation as well. So then you can also assume that how much experience they are carrying with them. Yeah, over to you, Satyajit.
Yeah. Thanks, Apurva. Thanks for the detailed explanation about how to register to this event, how it's gonna approach and everything. So, students and people who have joined, so if you have any question, let us know. We'll be happy to answer. Uh, yeah, Kuntal, you have any question?
Yeah, I just want to know how the UL path is different from the chat GPT.
Okay. So I would like to, Debajit, can you take this question?
Yeah, sure. See, UiPath platform as a whole, we will be learning during the sessions. But what UiPath platform is doing is it is nothing but more similar to a coding platform where you are going to build your workflows and you can schedule those workflows to automate any of your processes, right? Whereas ChatGPT is more like a interactive interface where you are going to having a conversation with the bot and you are going to get some output. Obviously, there are going to be some limitations of ChatGPT as well, right? Like for certain specific use cases of you can't have a customized ChatGPT model for your particular use case. Whereas in UiPath, you have readily available modules which you can easily integrate into your workflows to extract any information from, let's say, for an example, you have to extract some data from documents, right? Let's say, for an example, you want to extract data from particular invoices, which is in PDF format, right? UiPath has those kind of libraries or ML models already plugged in or already trained, which you can easily plug and integrate into your workflows and build your automation workflows. Whereas ChatGPT has those kind of limitations yet, but it is more a kind of generic uh, implementation that you have, the ChatGPT one, that you can upload a invoice, maybe get the data out of it, but you have to write some code in it. Maybe you have to write some code in Python to call the ChatGPT and all. And one more thing, UiPath also has a connector available which can easily integrate into your workflows. Like you can easily integrate your ChatGPT module, like the OpenAI module that you have, and you can easily build your workflows as per that, right? You can easily pass any kind of data to ChatGPT API, and you can get the results out of it. So UiPath has those kind of capabilities, whereas UiPath also has some kind of advantages like if you got from scratch, right? UiPath already has tied up with Amelia as a chatbot. You can easily plug in Amelia to build any kind of chatbot application. Whereas ChatGPT is just a chatting interface that you have, which can return you results based upon your inputs, right? You can't deploy any kind of environments to run any kind of automated process. So those are the kind of advantages that UiPath has. Whereas ChatGPT is totally different, I would say. But UiPath is more, you can leverage it for development of your own process from scratch, right? Does that answer your question, Kuntol?
Yeah, thank you, Dijiti. But I have several few questions. If you allow
Sure,
me, can I ask? Yeah, can I
sure,
go
sure,
ahead?
sure. Yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
just want to
please.
know you have spoken about some few machine learning models. So I just want to know only the machine learning models. Is there any reinforcement learning models are associated with the UiPath?
Yes. So already those kind of so whatever ML models I talked about, right? Like reading the data from invoices and all. So these are ML models already pre-trained. And if you want to extract some additional data points from the invoices, you can customize it as per your requirement. So as per your generic use case, let's say for an example, you have a invoice which you want to capture some additional data points, which is not coming as part of that email model. You can obviously upload few sample invoices to the ML model, and UiPath has given that liberty to customize or train that ML model again on top of whatever pre-built libraries that you have, right? Even for simple, there are multiple ML models that we can elaborate on the sessions itself, but there are multiple ML models like classifying English text or let's say for an example sentiment analysis. For all those use cases you have separate pre-trained ML models which you can additionally train as per your requirement. Obviously you can directly plug in and play those pre-built machine learning models, but it is always better to have a customized ML model or, or to have a training layer on top of that pre-trained ML model that UiPath is offering. Does that answer your question, Kuntal?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And earlier I have also asked the question to the Apurva regarding the what are the relevant industry or relevant projects which can be done using the UiPath. So you have said something like preparing the invoice and sending the emails and all those things. And apart from that, anything else which and what are
See,
those
as
relevant industries which are using the UiPath? If you can give some illustration, then it will be really helpful for the students.
yeah, so see, there are multiple projects that you can find, right? Let's say for an example, I would just give you a for BTech students. Usually, what we in our BTech days, what we had built is some kind of attendance tracking system. I'm just giving one specific example, right? The same attendance tracking system you can build using UiPath as well. The advantage is you can build that attendance tracking system using Python as a language as well. But advantage of UiPath as a whole is it is just a drag and drop interface. And as I was talking about these machine learning models, like all those are pre-built coming with offering with UiPath. Earlier, we had to write lines of code to train a particular ML model. Over here, you can just plug and play those utilities which UiPath is offering. So for attendance tracking, you can have a biometric sensor or a face recognition system, and you can capture the data out of it. You can using APIs and all. You can collect the data using UiPath as well. You can pre-process those. You can generate a report to flag any kind of attendance biases or absences of specific students. You can always use that UiPath. You can plug this integration into some kind of grading mechanism as well. Like attendance should be considered while grading the students as well, right? So those kind of interfaces also you can customize as per your requirement. So this is one use case that I talked about, which you can leverage in BTech projects. But apart from that, yeah, chatbot, sentiment analysis, all those cognitive projects that generally see in any kind of Python or data science projects, you can obviously build using UiPath as well. Advantage will be those are some of the ML models you can just customize it as per your requirement. You don't have to write lines of code, or you don't have to bother about those huge data and all those things, right? So you can just easily do that.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Dipajati. So I think Anubhav has some question.
Yes, hi, good evening, everyone. I wanted to ask what is the difference between UiPath and Microsoft's Power Platform, because it also has Power Automate and Power Apps for no code or low code solutions and automation, and Power BI for data visualization purpose. So, what is the difference between them, and what are the advantages of using one over the other?
Yeah, so see, there are multiple capabilities of or multiple RPA tools that you can find in the market, right? Power Platform is just one of them, and UiPath is leading in the Gartner report. If you open the Gartner report as of day to day, right, you will see UiPath is leading. That means it has got the market share, or whatever use cases that the business or industries have. They always prefer UiPath as a whole because of the capabilities across the different or four quadrants of the Gartner, right? Uh, Power Platform is obviously one of them, and Automation Anywhere. There are other tools as well, right? But looking at the capabilities of UiPath, like document understanding or the chatbot integration or any kind of machine learning integrations that you have, UiPath has this kind of specific ML models already pre-trained. Like let's say for an example, basic use cases. We are seeing multiple use cases across industries like capturing of data from the invoices. Even for the chat GPT one. So UiPath has got that connector with OpenAI. Obviously Power Platform also has got those connectors, but you can leverage UiPath across multiple use cases and not relying on specific use cases like chat GPT only, or let's say Microsoft Suite products, right? Uh, because there are other use cases as well, like invoices, extracting data from invoices, or any kind of or chatbot integration. Those things you can easily integrate within your UiPath Studio. Uh, if you if we walk you through the all the products or services that UiPath is offering, you will be amazed to see all those services that UiPath is offering to you as an automation platform. So it is an end-to-end automation platform where you get all these services, like starting from API integration, be it any kind of third-party application, be it document understanding, like extracting data from any kind of documents. It has got separate ML models for invoices, passports. So another use case like it can be like KYC validation, right? For KYC evaluation as well, you have got multiple use cases across industries for account onboarding processes. So you can leverage passport email model to extract data from passports. You can use email model for voter ID cards as well. Even for that, it has got UiPath is offering separate email model for voter ID cards data extraction. So I can talk about all these products or services that UiPath is offering, but you can very easily understand where UiPath stands right now and the advantage and market share that it has. It has always had a benefit for across other RPA platforms, right? Does that answer your question, Anubhav?
Yes, thank you very much.
Just to add one more thing, so if you look at UiPath, once we are just introducing this course in Automation Vidyalaya, it's for the RPA development course and from the very beginning level. Okay, but if you see UiPath as a whole, then it is not just a RPA platform. It's a ecosystem. What UiPath has built throughout the years, it is not. It is having more than 15 to 16 products. UiPath Studio is one of them. Okay, so the ecosystem what UiPath has achieved till now, those had not been achieved by Microsoft Power Platform till now. Okay, so like process mining, each and every product in the complete journey is there with UiPath, and that is not fulfilled by Microsoft as of now. So that is the major difference between UiPath and Microsoft as of now. That's why any rating organization, those are just providing the rating in the RP industry, they are keeping UiPath as leader and they are in the top position. So that's why the basic differences between UiPath and the other vendors like Microsoft, other vendors like Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere, Pega, Nice. So those kind of things are there.
Right, right, Apurva. So, like that answer your question, right, Anubhav? So, when you compare between different two technologies, definitely it will depend on the requirement that you are implementing, right? But if you think about from a perspective of RPA, right? So, UiPath has been the market leader. Microsoft Power Platform, it is growing, but it is yet to catch up. There are many functionalities that are not there in Power Platform. I can name you some. Credentials are not there. What queues are not there. Uh, a lot of things are not there, which is still to be implemented, but it is there already in the UiPath. So that is why it is being rated as a market leader in RPA scope, in automation scope, right? So this is where the advantage of UiPath comes in. Anyone has any other questions? We're already 1 hour, so
Yeah. Maybe we have to close in within 2 or 3 minutes. But
yeah.
on behalf of the students, I have a question. Since none of are like interested to ask a question, the question is like, এগুলো শিখে কি চাকরি পাওয়া যাবে? Who can answer that question?
A good question.
I think let me take this up, Mustaq.
Yeah, Jay, you can.
See, and I'll try to answer. I mean, you asked it in Bengali. "Ilo ki pawa jabe?" Let me try to put it. And sorry if I'm misspelling something. But thing is, when I so let's say a part of my role is to part of my role is the recruitment. Okay, so that's why I thought I'll be taking this up. Yes, চাকরি পাওয়া যাবে is whether you're getting not getting is a different story, but at least this is going to enable and add a lot more value to your CV, to your resume for sure. Okay, so that when you're applying to any industry, like when we all started key, whether it's a banking, financial, like engineering, medical, healthcare, you name any industry, if you are starting your role as a developer, tester, a document specialist, IT, non-IT, doesn't matter. The point is, again, we are repeating RPA is there. এগুলো শিখে এইটা লাভ হবে, it is going to increase the chance of your, like the getting of your engagement much higher side. So like the people like us, when will be at the other side, when we'll be reviewing your resumes, and if I find somebody during the student life put a lot more focus on learning something new, which is
still in the market and it is going to be in the market, of course I will give the first preference to interact how things are. So definitely এটা তোমার সিভি and resume তে একটা value add করবে, that's for 100% sure. Sorry, I took it long time, but yes, this is going to add more.
Thank you, Jay, for the clarification.
Okay, so anybody has any other questions? Uh, I see Srikanth has one question. So probably this one will take the last one. So Srikanth, what is your question? Your voice is breaking, Srikanth. I think.
Hello, sir.
Can you
Am I
come?
audible?
Yeah, yeah,
Am I
you're
audible?
audible. Yeah. Tell.
Sir, what's the difference between AI and RPA?
Okay. Mustaq, can you take this up?
Yeah, sure. So, as we already have discussed that what RPA stands for, it is basically a repetitive job when we are implementing a solution on behalf of a person on behalf of a system. So RPA is doing only mimicking that particular job. Okay, so I can take an example. Say, someone is generating a particular report at the end of the year. Say for ledger. So for the ledger, they have to calculate the credit and debit. Say one particular accountant is doing that particular job from a tally, or say some of the softwares, or they are asking some manual information from their resources, and they are preparing the end report as a ledger report. So what RPA does replace that particular job uh, with a person, and that person is free to do other things because RPA will be doing the same thing using the inputs, and it will prepare a particular output laser report for their business. So this is RPA. It is basically it's basically a mimicking a job. When we talk about uh, AI, have you asked about AI or I have forgot that, Srikant.
AI, sir.
AI.
AI.
So AI stands for the artificial intelligences. So artificial intelligences itself defines in the nomenclature, that is there are some intelligences have been like kept on. Some of the models or some of the capabilities got trained with some of like achieving something. So uh, there are many models. If I can give you an example, one particular AI model does do classify what kind of document it is. So if I ask you to submit some of the documents, like I ask you like Shrikant, could you please 10 documents. One is your mark sheet, one is the invoices which you get from your college, one is something else like maybe you have purchased something from a kirana shop, and AI is we using the AI, what we do classify those documents. So AI is already capable of identify how we can classify those documents. So that is a kind of a capability. So if in layman language, so AI is one kind of capability which achieves to give you some outputs based on how it is getting trained. And RPA is something you are mimicking a job for a particular person. uh, does it answer to your question, Srikant?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
No problem, thank you.
Thanks, Srikanth. Thanks, Mustaq, for the explanation. So, with that, I think let's conclude this session. It's already past 1 hour. I've taken 1 hour from your life. So, let's conclude this session for now. If you guys have any question, you can reach out to me or Apurva or Dibajyoti, Mustaq, Jay in LinkedIn or any other places. We'll be happy to answer your questions. And I encourage you, I welcome you to join and register to the Automation Vidyalaya and take all the 12 sessions seriously and indulgently, so that you get a brief idea about what is UiPath, what is RPA from scratch, to a basic developer. So thanks Jay, thanks Mustaq, and thanks to Dibajati for clarifying all the questions. And thanks students, thanks everyone for joining this session. So with this, let's conclude this session. Again, if you have any question, you can reach out to us in LinkedIn or any other platform whenever it's feasible. We'll be happy to help you. And again, encourage you to join the course, join the sessions, all the 12 sessions. Okay. Okay. So let's wrap the call up, right?